everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Mel.
And I'm Claire.
And together we are the Salty Hosts.
The Salty Hosts. Oh my God.
It was close.
That wasn't bad.
Not as bad as usual. Okay. We're still having trouble getting in sync. I don't know why that's so difficult for us, but you know, how many PhDs does it take to say one phrase at the same time? Apparently 2 isn't enough. We'll keep working on that, friends. Anyway.
Yes, we will keep working on it. I blame the internets though too. The internets.
Yes, I think you're right. We should blame the internets. It is a little hard to tell sometimes whether we're in sync or not. I'm also having some microphone issues, so hopefully that works throughout our little podcast here. Okay, so we're gonna just start chatting. We don't have a big script for y'all. Well, I mean, really, as usual, we never have a big script.
Like, do we ever?
I know. But even less than usual. We have the concept of a plan for today. I would say not a fully fledged plan, but we will see how it goes. But before we just get into riffing, let's catch up. Claire, how was your week?
My week is honestly like a blur. I'm like, wait, what happened this week? It was a very busy week. I'm trying to think of a standout moment and I'm struggling. So it was just kind of a blur, and it just maybe it's good when you're just like, it was just a week. Give me all the boring days, all that kind of thing. But yeah, a little bit of a blur. Very busy. Yeah, I'm boring. Do you have anything fun to report?
Oh, I don't think you're boring at all. It's probably more that you were so busy that you've just been struggling to keep your head above water.
There was a wee bit of that. I mean, I can say that actually last Friday night, my oldest baby child came back from Ireland, so that was definitely a highlight in the last week.
Oh, yes. Yay.
So that's a good part. Very happy about that.
Did you go down to the airport with a sign like you were welcoming a missionary home?
I actually suggested that to my son. I was like, shall we bring a sign and be like, welcome home, sister? And I was gonna, riff off of the return with honor and say something like returned with a master's, or, what's maybe a more worthwhile year or two away from home. But that might sound rude. Missions can be helpful, but he advised against, so I did not.
Aw, it's too bad. You even could have brought an Irish flag.
I know. We could have bought all the things. I do have to say, though, it was overrun with returning missionary families.
Really?
Like, packed. And I think we've mentioned this before, where the Salt Lake is a beautiful airport, and they put it into the design to have like a missionary welcome area, and to the point where people have to stand like behind barriers, like rope barriers, so that they don't disrupt the flow of traffic. So it's good they planned on it, because it's always going to happen. And there was like 4 different Mormon missionary welcoming parties there, so it was crowded.
So that was on a Friday?
Yeah, Friday evening.
Interesting. For some reason, I always think Wednesday is the missionary day, but maybe that's the day they're all leaving.
Oh, yes, like in sync, because I'd imagine it's harder to coordinate coming home.
Yeah, that could be. I don't really know, but Wednesday for sure, there's always a lot going out.
Ooh, that's good to know with flight planning. I never knew that.
Yeah, I just have noticed it because I go to the airport enough. I mean, you could see them, I guess, multiple days of the week, but I feel like Wednesday is like the big bus from the MTC down in Provo comes to the Salt Lake airport or whatever and unloads, and there's like so many of them. There were several on our flight to San Diego. That was on a Wednesday a couple weeks ago.
Oh my goodness. It's like a major operation.
It really is.
Yeah. I mean, the Mormons have that in their favor. Like, they are organized.
Yeah, for sure. So
they have enough money to be organized, I guess. So
goodness. Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
Well, tell us about your week. How was it?
My week has been okay, I guess. My son started school, so that was exciting, I suppose.
Oh,
exciting / sad. Junior year, so he is.
Oh, wow.
I know, just 2 years left. I can't believe it. It's really already like pre-breaking my heart, as we've talked about before. But he's happy. He's good. He's thriving. My week has been full mostly of getting ready for our classes to start. and then
Yeah.
also dealing with a whole slew of home maintenance issues. So,
Oh, that is not
it's
fun.
not fun. And you know how like things really like to happen at the same time? Like it's not just one
Oh,
thing,
yes.
It's like you don't get
Yeah.
them evenly spaced. It's like a whole bunch of things all at once. So this week my dishwasher decided to break. I also have no
Oof.
hot water at the moment. So I have someone
Oh,
coming tomorrow.
wow.
Yes.
Oh, how are you surviving? How are you cleansing yourself?
With cold water. So I'm trying to
Oh,
embrace the suffering, right? I'm like, maybe I should learn some of the Wim Hof methods, right, for
hmm.
taking cold showers or whatever. But I actually hate it. It was the worst when I had to wash my hair. So I had to wash my hair,
Oh,
was
that
it
is the worst.
yesterday? Yeah, in cold water.
Hmm.
And it was really an emergency. Like it had to be washed. It was
Yeah,
disgusting, like as we've talked about before, you've got to like plan your washes. And I was one day
you do.
overdue. And of course, that's the day I'm like, oh, no hot water. Yay.
Oh
But
my
like I could
goodness.
not wash my hair because I had like work stuff and it was, so I could have
Yeah.
just put like a hat on or something like that. It was
Hmm.
like slimy. Really no good.
Oof. That's rough. It's something about like sticking your head under cold water
Hate
that's
it.
really unnerving. But
Yeah, and
oh, I'm so
then when it
sorry.
like drips down your back after you get it wet, like, oh, it's horrible. That's all right.
Oh, just quickly run outside because it was like 102.
Yeah, it
So
was hot. I
yes.
mean, I guess if this is the
Oh,
worst thing happening in my life right now, I'm fairly fortunate. This is a first world problem, let's be clear. I'm trying to keep this all in perspective.
oh. Well, you're still allowed to be pissed off
Yeah.
because, when expensive things all break at one time, that's never fun. And, something that we, yeah, sure, take up, like wake up each day and take for granted. And then you're like, oh, wait, that's actually really nice to have like hot
It
water and
is.
a thing that washes the dishes.
Yeah. Yeah, the dishwasher guy did come today and he pulled it out and he's like, oh, it's leaking there. I was like, okay. He's like, and it's leaking there. And it's leaking here in the
Oh,
third location. I was like, oh. I'm like, so you're telling
wow.
me I need a new dishwasher? He's like, well, I could repair it, but it would be about the same cost as buying a new one, or at least like
Oh.
80% of it. I was like, well, okay.
You're like, it's
There you
time
go.
because you don't want to risk a leak. Like, I think of,
No.
you traveling and the dishwasher leaking. That would be very bad.
Very bad. Yes, you do not want water
Yes.
leaking and staying unattended. And there was some water
No.
back there under the dishwasher where I couldn't see it. So, maybe it's a good thing that the dishwasher actually stopped working because then, we did pull it out and got to it before the floor was damaged. Yeah,
Yes, you knew that something was amiss before you had like a hole in your ceiling. So
exactly.
down below. So that's
Yeah, so
good.
it could have been worse. New dishwasher is not cheap, but it's a lot cheaper than replacing my floor. So,
It is a lot more economical. So this is
yeah,
good. This
we're
is
we're
good.
trying to find the silver linings and everything,
Yeah.
Claire. I'm
We're
practicing.
like,
I'm
oh,
practicing my gratitude or something. I don't know for
this is
the life
good.
that I have. Yeah, so that was my week. Not all that interesting. But as I was talking, I was reminded of the fact that we were supposed to catch up on a couple of dates that you went on a couple of weeks ago.
Ooh,
And we were going to do it
yes.
last week, but we didn't because we were so excited to dive into our discussion of the Odyssey.
We were
Yes,
indeed.
but I did not forget. I did put a pin in it. And now I would like to hear all about your dates. You said you had a good one and a bad one.
Yeah, actually, I think I was subconsciously trying to eradicate one of them from my memory or just free up some space, at least anyway. It just, yeah, like, I don't know, Melisarella. I just, like, I'm really trying. Like, it was kind of bleak the other day because I was like, huh, what month is it? And I was like, oh my God, like, it's almost September. And and then I was like, oh, how many dates have I been on this year just for interest's sake? And I think I counted up six in a 9 month period. Like it's a little depressing. I'm.
Yeah, I think you may actually be ahead of me. I'm not sure. I've been on 6 dates.
Oh my
I
God.
know.
Yes,
It's
what is
dire.
happening?
Well, what's happening is I
What is
open these fucking apps every other day and then close them in disgust because there's like no one
Yeah.
I feel any interest in speaking to or meeting.
That is 100% fair. And I think, I think when I find somebody that even there's a glimmer of possible attraction, or you're not potentially going to murder me vibes, that you get very excited. And maybe it puts too much pressure on it because you're just like, oh my God, could this be like a normal human being? Like, I don't know, maybe. Like, and then, yeah, it just, maybe it's the apps that are grim. But like, when you think of meeting people, and sorry, I will get to the dates, but like, where doth one do that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, like this is, I mean, I go to the store, I go to yoga, I go, to an occasional like poetry night or something. I don't know. Sure, like I could improve my social skills. That is without question. But you're just so tired from work and life, and it's hard to give up precious social time. Like, because I know if I had a night out with you, I would thoroughly enjoy it.
Yes.
And so I would prioritize that.
Oh, totally.
Because I know it's going to be a good time. And to really carve out time to either A, go on a date, or B, like, be like, okay, let's go out with the intention of, possibly meeting someone. It's just like, what is the ROI here?
I mean, it's pretty fucking low, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many friends I feel like I want to spend time with, and I get excited to see them and like do things.
Yeah.
And I would just so much rather do that than go on a date. And I swear, like, anytime I even schedule a date, then like some fun friend plans will like come up, and I'm like, oh, I'd rather do that. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then you're like,
Yeah.
well, do I cancel it or do I go? And I go because, I try to like, if I've made plans with one person, I try not to cancel it because I have a better offer, you know what I mean? But like,
Yeah,
to
of
try and
course.
psych yourself up to go on a date sometimes is difficult because you're like, well, previous experience tells me that this is going to
Yeah.
be disappointing.
The chances are low
Yeah.
of some chemistry happening here.
Exactly.
It's true. And honestly, some nights even the allure of being home alone seems more attractive.
Oh, absolutely. Like you can just be in your jammies and relax. Like that is so nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is so nice. I do have to say though, like I personally, and maybe this is why I'm still single, I don't put a ton of effort into like getting ready for a date anymore. Like definitely back in the day, I would have been primped and waxed and shaved, and not even because, I was anticipating any funny business, but just, to feel good,
Yeah.
to be like, I feel good. I feel beautiful. I'm just like, okay, is my shirt clean?
Yeah.
Like,
Are there visible stains on my clothes or face?
right. Really just, what a man typically does for a date. So
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes they
Yeah,
do show up with
definitely.
stains on their clothes or face
Yeah,
or teeth.
true
Remember,
story.
you were telling me about
Ooh.
the black bean tooth guy a long time ago.
I love that you remember it was a black bean.
Oh, I think about it from time to time.
Oh my God. That is amazing. I love it.
So funny.
It that is a major ick factor though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when you can tell they didn't even brush their teeth.
So
Like I
gross.
will brush my teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I usually brush my teeth before I go anywhere.
Same.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Like a full-on black bean. Like, how do you not feel the discomfort?
That's
Oh.
so nasty.
Yeah. Oh my God. But
Okay.
to the dates.
Should we do the bad
Yeah.
one first?
Yeah, because that's chronological too. So,
Okay.
I mean, so I'm going to go on a tangent again because it's kind of relevant.
I love
just
it.
want to say, like, it could be something about our age group, because here's the thing. The last two times I was single, one time was like 41, 42, and then about 44. Those were like my two single periods in my 40s. And I like, in that earlier one, I would have sometimes 2 dates in one night,
That's crazy.
which I know isn't like cool maybe to do that, but like I felt, it's not like
Oh, I don't mean it's
it was
crazy.
like
Like that's not okay to do. That's totally okay to do. That just feels crazy from like an
yeah,
energy perspective. Like, oh my God, I can barely like stand to go on one. That's what I meant by that.
I know. I am like in awe of myself for having the like, because my social battery is low, and I don't know how I did that, and also I don't even know how it was possible to find two men in one evening.
It's hard to find two men in 1 month that one might be interested in
It
seeing.
in one year, arguably,
Well,
yes.
that's true
And I'm
too.
like, oh my God. Like, yeah, I remember this one time I met a guy at like, what is that? It's closed now, Market Street Grill.
Oh God, yeah, I hated
And
that place.
yeah, I never understood the hype.
I think the draw for Market Street Grill was like a long time ago, like 30 years ago, when like Utah had no good restaurants at all. It was like, oh,
Right.
it's like seafood, so it's like fancy. But honestly, it sucked back then and it sucked worse like lately. And now it's closed. So good riddance.
And now it is
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, I never really understood the allure, but yeah, we met for like oysters and a cocktail, and then like 2 hours later, I met somebody else for tacos, and we
Wow.
we actually ended up dating for like a year and a
Oh
half.
my
So,
God.
but yeah, but and also I remember there were two other people I had gone on dates with that same week.
Whoa.
And I had to like blow them off because I was like, actually, I've met this guy and we're kind of, but I'm just like, how was any of that possible?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Yeah. So, sorry, little tangent, but worth bringing up because this was 2 dates in 1 week, which is like unheard of,
Mind
absolutely
blown.
unheard of. Yes, for so many reasons, social battery reasons, choice, like all of the things. So the first guy was a little bit younger. We know how I feel about that. It's not really my vibe, but I was like, I'm being open, universe. Like, let's go.
Like how much younger?
And
Like give us a ballpark.
oh, like 3 years.
Oh, that's
three
nothing.
and a half years.
That's
4.
That's like the same age.
Yeah. He did look, though, in real life like he was about 19.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Do you think he
He
lied
looked
about his
very
age,
young.
or do you think he really was that age he said?
Perhaps. I mean, because he looked really young. And this will sound terrible, but you know how like sometimes you're like, "Oh God, that person looks young." And then there's some giveaways, Like my hands are very old.
I don't think
I
they
got
are.
I got the well, I got the sunspots and you know what I mean? Like there's just some giveaways sometimes about our age. And you're like, okay. I was like looking for clues, like scanning, and he looked very, very young, but I just don't know. He was very clean shaven, like very close haircut. So it was maybe that because I feel like most men are hairy these days.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, maybe he was telling the truth. But have you run into this? Like we've talked before about how some men will lie about their age on dating apps so that they get like the younger women to match with, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to change it." You're like, you're a fucking idiot. Like delete your account and start
Yes.
over. Like you absolute tool. But sometimes you
Tell me how you really feel.
I mean, I'm just saying that doesn't bode well for like the learned helplessness that you're going to get down the road
No.
either, as well as for the honesty and integrity. But
100% red flag. I will always go the other way if I see I can't change it. I'm like bullshit.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah, me too, 100%. But occasionally you get the other way around where you get a MILF chaser who's quite a bit younger and
Yes.
is inflating his age to get into the MILF category.
I have definitely seen that, and I have to say, for a minute there, I thought you said milk, and I was thinking all kinds of Oedipal complexes and threw up a little in my mouth. But you did, in fact, say MILF.
I did say MILF,
But-
although we could have gone with milkshakes and boys coming to the yard, etc. But no, I did say MILF with an F.
Yes, the MILFs. I have seen this too, because you will see people and you're like, okay, buddy, there's no way you're 49, and then they will say, I'm 27. I like older women or something.
Usually they'll say it in
bio.
the bio, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of funny. It makes me smile.
Yeah.
At least they're like,
would you go for that?
I mean, I have like just to, just for a little something, something.
Just to see.
Yeah,
Just to see.
Not as a
Curiosity.
not as a serious prospect for a relationship.
Yeah. Because how could it be?
No, it can't be really.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, not. I mean, I'm sure it happens, but realistically, so.
But for a hookup,
So yeah,
maybe.
he was. Yeah, like, you know, that can be a vibe.
Yep. Okay. So
Definitely.
he looked really young. Sorry, now I'm like derailing us. We've
Yes.
gotten like one sentence
No.
into one date.
You know, I just like to think that this is our strength, and our signature is, if we tell one story, you know, you asked me before we started, how long do you think it will take? And I was like, oh, not long. And here we are, 20 minutes in, and we haven't even met yet.
You know, I also realized as I was asking you that question that that's a dumb question, because it's going to take as long as it takes, and no matter how long it takes and how many like parenthetical stories we like stuff into the actual story, I am still having a great time with you. I'm still entertained. I hope our audience is too, but I bet they are.
We're like, stay with us, stay with it. We will always bring it back.
That's right.
We got
We
you.
only have 12 side quests to go on right now, but we will finish the
Yes.
story. We promise.
Exactly. Hey, there were so many quests in the Odyssey, and everybody loved that. So, like, I think we're fine. This is
Yeah.
us championing. I can't say that word. Being the champion of the female hero story.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's right.
So,
It's our
yeah.
very own Odyssey.
Yes, it's our quest to. I wouldn't even say find love. Just a decent time would be nice.
Right. It's elusive.
Just a little bit of fun. But, you know, I have to say, Melissa, I was determined to have fun on this night. I was just like, I'm just going to have fun. It's just,
I love it.
yes, like trying to get in the zone, you know? So, yeah, we go, we meet fairly early in the evening. I wanted to go to an outdoor, like, bar because I was intent on having fun. So I was like, at least it's a beautiful evening, a nice little drink, like, that will be lovely. So I went to said bar, and he was actually kind of late. Like,
Wait, what?
I want to say, yeah, like maybe 15 minutes.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad right off the bat. Did he text you
Yeah.
as he was late, or?
He did.
Okay. Did he have a good excuse, or was it just like, not really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just chilling. So yeah, he was late, and he walked past the patio, and it was like, hey, like, it was awkward. It just felt awkward. And I hate, because, like, you can usually tell, you're like, oh, and again, he just looked so young, and I was like panic texting you, and I was like, he's wearing a sun hat.
Yes,
Why is he wearing a sun hat?
Like a weird bucket hat or something like that?
Yeah, like, it was just like I don't even know. I was like, are we gardening? Like, that's how it felt.
That
you know?
makes me feel even more like he lied about his age, right? Like, bucket hat feels like kind of Gen Z coded to me.
Yes, and it had like a string.
Oh.
And he wasn't even wearing it on his head. It was like an accessory.
Wait, like it was around his neck? Like hanging on his back?
Yes.
Ew, okay, weird.
Yeah, it gave me the ick a
Yeah.
little. And then I was like, I am so shallow, because why is that giving me the ick? But it was. And then he was like, oh, I forgot my ID. I have to go back to the car. So he went. That's why I was like, Mel, he has a weird hat. And like, what do I do? Like, help. I know.
Like, run out the back.
I know, I'm like, SOS, call me or something. Like, yeah, I don't know why. It startled me. So he came in, and it was just like, hi, like, you know, and his background had intrigued me, and, you know, for the purposes of anonymity, I won't share all his details, but he definitely did have a background that I was like, okay, this sounds like an interesting guy. Like, this could be a fun date. And yeah, the conversation was fine. You know, it wasn't like compelling or electric, and, you know, you don't even need it to be, but it was a bit odd.
Odd how?
It just was like, well, like, it made me think of the age thing too, because, like, here I am sitting as a single mother of 3 adults.
Yes.
And, you know, a serious career, and, you know, just like, I don't know, old people list of things, but like, he was just like, yeah, I used to go there and party all the time, and I used to do, And I was like, I don't think I'm what you're looking for. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just like, I mean, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but there's definitely a compatibility issue there, right? Like,
Yeah, that
you
sounds
know,
like a disconnect for sure.
yeah, like I'm wondering about picking up prescriptions and, he's like, where am I going tonight? Like, or I don't know. It just, like, I know it was only like 3.5, 4 years, but like I felt old, like next to him, I guess. So,
Well, I would say
yeah,
once
and
again, since I'm just like riffing on this age thing, I guess you don't know that it's only 3.5 or 4 years. Like everything about him
very
sounds
true.
really young. So even if he really was
Yeah,
that age, like there's a maturity gap for sure.
definitely. And, he was never married, no kids. That actually doesn't put me off. That kind of turns me on, if I'm quite honest, because you're just like,
Yeah, I like that
okay,
too.
that might be
No
easier. Yeah.
encumbrances. Yeah. You don't
Yes.
have to
You're
hear
just
about
like,
their quote
okay,
unquote crazy ex or whatever.
exactly. Custody schedules,
Yeah.
all of that, So, yeah, I was just like, okay, I mean, this is pleasant. I'm having a pleasant evening,
Okay.
but you just kind of know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think this will really go somewhere. So I was just like gonna have my wee drink and then that just call it a night. And yeah, I was sort of like disassociating and thinking of my cozy bed and what show I was gonna watch on my iPad when I got home. Because I'm so exciting.
No,
And
that's
he
fair.
was like, do you want to? Yeah, I was just like, okay, I did this and here we are. And he was like, do you want to take a walk in the park? And I was like, sure. Like, which is probably like not the smartest thing, but it's not the worst thing. It was still light. It was a public, you know what I mean? It's not
Oh,
like I was,
yeah. I think that's totally fine. My question for you is, did you really want to take that walk, or was it just like a moment of like people pleasing?
mean, maybe somewhere in the middle. I can't say that I was like, hell yeah, like,
Yeah.
but I also wasn't doing it for the sake of like sparing his feelings. I was just like, okay, why not? Maybe it was the
Sure.
one Aperol Spritz I'd had, and I was just like, wee,
Wee.
I'm just, like, I really am trying to commit to embracing
I
stuff
like it.
because yeah, like I know, because you are the poor creature on this earth that gets my stream of consciousness. Like I'll just be like, oh, I don't think I could go. Like they had blue socks on, and it just,
I think you mean I'm the lucky person on earth that gets your stream of consciousness, first of all, because
you're so
I think your
sweet.
mind is so beautiful and so cool and intriguing. I love it. I love listening to you. Um,
Oh,
but
that's very generous. Thank
I had a
you.
second part to that, which I forgot. Okay, so you went for a
It'll
walk.
come
Yeah, it
back.
probably will. So you went for a walk
Yes.
in the park.
Went for a went for a walk. Some flirtations were happening
Okay.
from him, and I was just like, okay, cool. I mean, just again, I was just trying to lean in because
Yeah.
I really do think sometimes the problem is me.
Did he have
Like,
game, or was it like awkward flirting?
somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very non-committal, like a man, this episode, and just be like somewhere in the middle. It wasn't ick, but it wasn't like ooh, it was just mid.
Okay. Okay.
It's like here we are, and then we sat down at the park, and I can only describe what happens next as like a hen pecking, or like
Okay. A hen pecking. All right. Go on. Sorry.
he just was like very like lungy at me, but like
L-
in a sort of rhythm centric kind of way.
lungy, like he was trying to kiss you, or like what's happening here?
Yes, and like he was actually making contact sometimes.
Wait, what?
It was just so
Wait,
odd.
where was
Yes.
he kissing you? Like now I have the chicken like head going back and forth in my like You're like I can't do a chicken noise,
Yes.
but like you know what I mean? Like where they're eating bugs off the ground. It was like that?
Yes. That is perfect.
Wait,
I'm so glad of
so
your
like
wee animal
where
background.
where was he kissing you? Like on the face, on the like the neck? Like what was happening?
Yes, all
All of it?
around. So like forehead, cheek, mouth, like
Weird.
neck, like, and I was just like, I don't know what's happening here, but I don't like it. And the baby Jesus was watching out for me because this like pecking thing was happening. And also there was quite loud nasal sounds.
Oh
which,
no. No. Oh, I don't like that because I had the nice chicken sounds in my head and now I have the man snorting in my head. That's not good.
Yeah, it was like a combo of the two. And so, yeah, there was just, I was like, sir, is something up with your septum? Like, have you had that looked at, kind of a level of heavy breathing?
Like maybe I should refer you to an ENT.
Yes. It's like, maybe I know a guy. Like, do you need some help? And so, and he was very fit because sometimes the more unfit man, shall we say, will have those heavy breathing issues.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about. And then you're like, well,
yeah.
Can you imagine
Yes.
sharing a bed because there's going to be snoring and a lot of it.
Oh my God. I can't do the noises. I don't even know if it was like the hottest man on earth if I could ever share a room with noises again.
Yeah, no.
I'm very noise sensitive.
Same.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, I don't like it. But yeah, there was heavy breaths and I was just like, oh my God, okay, well, I think it's time to go home. So I was like, oh, look, it's getting late. The sun is going down. And, like, he seemed very intent on staying. And, I was so grateful. With that, there was a whoosh and the sprinklers came on.
Oh, wow. They're like, okay.
And I was like, yes, like, there is a God. I am a believer again. Yeah. So we had to run and he tried to make it romantic. And I was like, no. Because he was like, oh, the water, hold my hand. And I was just like, no, it's a sign that I'm going home.
Yes. Goodbye.
So,
wow.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So off we went. We walked to the parking lot and I was like, okay, bye. And he's like, we could chat in the car for a while. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm really tired. Bye. And he was like, but. And I was like, bye. Yeah. So that was that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So no second date.
I was still home by about 9:30.
Good.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was that. And of course, like, it's always the case where you get a message like 20 minutes later. Oh, that was a great night. And I was like, yeah, thank you.
I had an amazing time. I've already planned our first little getaway. I can't wait for you to meet my parents, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I get it. Like, they want to make all these plans and you're like, no, we're not going to see each other again.
Yeah. And why does that never seem to happen with the ones where you're like, okay.
I mean, I don't really have those ones, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this is true. I mean, they are few and far between, which, is a good segue into the second date. But I will say the next day I was, he was like, oh, I'd love to see you again. And I was like, yeah, you're so fun. And then I was like, I just don't know that we're a match. Like, I tried to be as kind as possible. I was like, you're so sweet, like, so lovely, great time. Thank you. Oh, sprinklers, ha ha ha. Oh, how we laughed. But I was just like, and I did the self-deprecating route. I was like, I just feel like a lot older and I've got like older kids and like, I just don't know how compatible we would be. And he was like, oh no, we are, and give it a chance. And,
oh boy. Yeah. So this is the thing with like those guys, with a lot of guys, right? You try to like spare their feelings a little bit and you're like, oh, like here, like you want to give them some kind of reason or rationale. But the problem is a lot of them look at that as like, oh, that's a challenge. Like, this is now a problem for me to solve, when you're like, no, this is me trying to spare your feelings, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've done this before where you've like kind of soft launched the rejection, where you're like, oh no, like it's me, like I'm not in a good headspace to do this, or like I have this issue, when you're trying to let them down a little bit more gently than just being like, I'm icked out and I don't ever want you to touch me again, or like, you know what I mean? So
I did not enjoy the chicken pecking experience.
Not enjoy the chicken peck. We're gonna call him Chicken Pecker. That sounds bad, actually. Okay, that's even funnier.
I love it. I love it. We got to have the names. The names live on forever after the men have passed.
Exactly.
But
So I'm sure like Chicken Pecker got this text and he's like, oh, but I like her. So like clearly this is just like a problem that, you know, we can brainstorm a solution to. Whereas you're like, I'm just trying to be nice and be like, I have no interest in you.
Yep. And yes, I know you've had similar experiences where you're like, I'm really trying to be generous here, like, you know, because I don't love the ghosting culture. You know, I don't think that's nice. I think it's just the grown up thing to say, hey, I had a great time. It wasn't a match. And I've said that before. And, you know, they've been like, oh, thanks for letting me know. Like, it was still super nice. And I'm like, yeah, it was like it, you know,
Yeah.
and everybody's fine. They're all fine. But yeah, he was persistent, and I did exactly what you described. I was just like, no, like, it's me. I love to be in bed at 8:30. Like, you clearly like to be out late at night, and you know, that's like a compatibility thing. And he was like, well, I could handle it, you know, and I was just like,
You're
oh
like,
my
no,
God.
buddy. Like, read the room. Read the room.
Yeah. Yep. And then the really funny thing was, he was like, well, so what are we supposed to do now then? Block each other? And I was like, why would you do that?
I mean,
Like,
you don't have to block each other, but like
no,
we're just done talking at this point, sir.
right? You just say goodbye. Like, there's not like a plan for, you know, meanness or, you know, over the top. Like,
I,
I don't need to take out a restraining order. Like, it just wasn't a
is
match.
this your first day on Earth, sir? Like, first date ever?
Oh my God. Yes. Maybe that accounted for the snuffly noises.
Ew.
But yes, some kind of alien form. But yes, no, yeah, I said, oh, I don't think we need to do that. And he goes, well, what then? And I was like, oh, Jesus, like,
Dude.
this is like so much. And I just said, well, friends, let's be friends, you
Oh,
know, like just,
God.
and then he writes back on social media. And I
Jesus
was like,
Christ,
oh
buddy.
God,
So you're like, now I am going to
I
block you. Now
know.
I am going to block you. Now I'm
Yes.
ghosting and blocking. Please never contact me
Yes.
again, you fucking weirdo.
For real. And I was like, do I just give him my social media? Like, it's no big deal. And then I was like, no,
No.
actually, I don't want him seeing my life. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, you know, as we broadcast live and post pictures of our lives all over the Instagram.
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? Like our life. And so, you know, I waited maybe an hour to respond, and I went back in and he had deleted me.
Perfect. Good.
I was like, thank God.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
he like it finally clicked.
Yes. He's like, oh my God.
Jeez,
Yeah.
what a
But
weirdo.
yeah,
All right, well,
fun
farewell,
times.
Chicken Pecker. We don't miss you. Okay.
It's like, goodbye.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Date number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. So surprisingly, later, in fact, that was like a Tuesday maybe. And then that Sunday, I went for it again.
Wow.
Like,
I'm in
yes.
awe. I'm in awe. I admire you so much.
You know, I was quite proud of myself. It took a lot of mental energy. I think I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I'm still recovering
yeah.
from Mr. 9/11 was an inside job situation. Like,
Oh my God.
actually, I think he was saying it wasn't an inside job, but I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
I'm broken now. I cannot continue.
Yeah. You're like, nothing is processing in my head. Like, did you ever hear from him again?
No.
Wow.
I think
Not a word.
No, because I think he got the vibe at the end when I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna go. Like I didn't
Yeah,
even, it
with the
wasn't even
glazed
like,
look on your
yeah,
face. I know.
it wasn't really even much of an attempt at like civility. I was like, well, I'm gonna leave. Bye. Thank you
Wow.
for the beer.
That must have been so surprising for him because, you know,
I don't know what he thought.
he was clearly a charmer. So,
He was a monologuer.
ugh, that's not hot.
No. All right.
Not
Date number
hot.
2.
Oh yeah. So this guy, here's why I went. Here's why I went. We started talking on Saturday, and you know, I have to say he was one of those like surprising people that pops up on the apps every once in a while where you're like, okay, there's hair, there's a neck, there's like articulation, there's like, you know,
someone who's like
you're
actually
oh,
surprisingly good looking and can write a complete
yeah,
sentence in a bio that's not just insulting women. Amazing.
That is,
You're like, okay,
that's
yeah.
rare.
I mean, I'd probably go for that too.
You're like, check.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this will sound terrible, but like, this is depressing because I know at this point I am one of those faces where the men are like, oh, there's that girl again. There's that Irish girl again.
I'm sure
like,
I am too.
you know.
And probably also because I always just forget to like pause my dating apps when I take a break. I just like
Yeah.
fucking forget. And then I open them and I'm like, oh shit. Whoops.
You're like, sorry,
Whoopsie.
everyone. I know.
Now I don't even know if I should
Yeah.
swipe on you because it might have been anywhere from 1 day to 3 months ago and you liked me. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
They could be married by
Yeah,
then.
absolutely,
Like married
probably.
with a whole new family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of them are already married and looking for something on the side. So
This is very true. And some of them are even quite upfront about that,
Yeah.
which is horrifying. But
I mean, I'd rather
yeah.
have them be upfront about it.
True. Just so you know to go left
Mm-hmm.
and not even entertain it. So this guy was like a new face, you know?
That's exciting.
I'm like, yeah, you're like, I haven't seen him before. This could be good.
Yeah.
So we chat. It was a little monosyllabic. I'm not going to lie. You know, like those you're chatting and you're the one doing all the work.
Yep.
You know? And
Very
I
familiar.
mean, it's a frequent occurrence.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And so I was kind of getting bored and I was just like, whatever, like this is, you know, like pulling teeth. And then he just went, do you fancy getting coffee? And I was like,
Oh, okay.
demonstrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Why not?
And I was like, okay. And he was like, it's super short notice, but would you like to get a drink tonight? And I was like, oh no. I'm already in my jammies.
Yeah.
It was like 5:30.
Too late.
Yeah. I was like, I have settled in for the evening, sir. I will not be leaving the house.
Yes.
So I just said, I already have plans, but coffee tomorrow sounds great. So we met up for coffee and it felt like there was a little bit of a spark, you know, when you first walk in the door and he was standing there and I was like, oh, hi.
Okay.
And
Nice.
he was like, oh, hi, you know, and I was like, okay. Like, wasn't like major fireworks, but it wasn't like, huh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're like, have they seen me? Is it too late? Can I run out?
I know. Oh, there's something on the stove. I must flee. Yeah. So I was like, okay. And we got a wee drink. I made the mistake of getting like a vegan muffin, not because I am a vegan, I am a vegetarian, but like, you know, it just had a nice flavor. And then I tried to eat it. And you know how some vegan food is like sawdust?
Yes, I do.
And once you break the seal, it's just sawdust.
It just like all falls apart.
So,
Yeah.
yes, it was not good date snack.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. There's no pretty way to eat that.
I was making a mess.
Yeah.
No. So I was trying to pick at it, and it was like all over the table. So that part was bad. But yeah, we just chatted. It was mostly just fine. I think we actually talked for about 2 hours.
Oh,
and so
that's pretty good.
it was decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did have kids and they were a lot younger than I would typically be okay with because, you know, that's no shade, but I've done that before, didn't love it. And, you know, I just like a youngest child, senior in high school is kind of where I am right now.
Yeah,
So,
I agree
yeah.
with that. Like, we've already parented our own children. Like, you raised 3 of them. I've almost gotten to the finish line. I mean, not the finish line, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, of
almost
course. Adulthood.
raised one
Yeah.
to adulthood. Like, I don't want to be a mom of little kids again.
No, and you know, the men's typically are just looking for a replacement caregiver for the
Yeah,
most
I mean,
part,
that's the
and-
problem.
yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then if it's kind of the other situation where like they have smaller kids and they don't have a lot of custody or see them very much, then you're like, well, why?
Yes, you're like, well, what's happening
like,
here?
that
This isn't a good sign.
Yeah, that flag
Yeah.
seems to be of the reddish hue.
Ooh, that's beyond pink, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And, or if they do see them a lot, you're like, I maybe don't want to spend every Saturday night with a 5-year-old because, again, I've done that.
Yep,
Like,
been there,
just
done
personal
that.
preference.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to parent a kid. Like, if they have kids in high school, that's fine because I feel like you're not expected to, like, really parent them.
Absolutely. I'm wholeheartedly there. But again, I was trying to be open.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? It's first date.
Let's
First date.
just see. Just see how it goes.
Yeah. So I genuinely thought there would be a second date with this guy. Like, I really did think, okay, like I would do a second date here, and I felt like those were the vibes. And so, to my surprise, I got home and I didn't hear from him,
Oh no.
and I was like, oh, maybe I read that wrong. And I waited till the next day, and I just kind of have a personal rule, like I won't reach out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I would like a man to be demonstrative, please. Like tell me you had a good time, and I will return the favor immediately, whether I had a good time or not. Like, I'll either be like, that wasn't a match, or yeah, that was a good time, you know?
Yeah. So
So,
actually, can I stop there and insert like yet another
yes,
side quest
please
into
do.
this
Yes.
conversation? So as you know, if I go on a date, there's usually never a follow up, right? Like usually it's a one and done situation because I just have no interest. But I
Yeah.
did go on 3 dates with a guy who I liked all right. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe it was a while ago, like before we started the
Yeah.
podcast. And after the first date, which was coffee, like we had a really nice conversation. I wouldn't say that like sparks were flying or anything, but it was similar to what you're describing. Like it was nice, it was pleasant. I was like, I could
Yeah.
definitely like have another date and see like where this might go. And so I actually did text him like a few hours afterwards, and I was like, hey, it was nice to meet you. Thank you for the coffee. And we went out again, and he was like, well, he's like, that's actually one of my rules is I want to hear that the woman had a good time. So like I wait for them to text me. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize like that was one of your rules. And I didn't feel any sort of way about it, but it was
Yeah.
interesting to like get that insight from him.
That is interesting because I think sometimes we think, well, the men's are confident, like they should be reaching out. It's like manly, but you know, yeah, I guess allowing space for maybe they need some reassurance. Like the part that I don't like about that is I remember years ago my therapist calling me out on like, I think it was like a person I was dating or something, and I'm like, but they should know, they should do that, and they were like, but that's what's called a covert contract. And I was like, what do you mean?
Oh,
And they're like, well, you know the terms of the contract, but you didn't share it with the other person, so that's really unfair because the other person doesn't know that they're supposed to be abiding by these rules. So it's
right.
a covert contract. And it actually was kind of a wake up for me because I was like, oh, I think I do that, particularly in romantic situations, like, well, you didn't do this, you're supposed to do that. So, and I was like, huh. So can you only imagine the misses of people that like each other when we're all walking around with these rules, myself included?
Yeah, that's a really interesting like point. So I guess this guy had a covert contract with me that I didn't know about, but somehow I passed the test by texting and saying thank you.
Yeah, but like if you hadn't, then
I might have just assumed,
might have
oh, I
never
guess he
heard.
wasn't really into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then we might have
Yeah.
missed 2 whole more dates, Claire.
2 evenings of joy.
That would have been tragic.
High stakes living, Melisarella. High
Yeah. I mean,
stakes.
actually, like, we had 3 very pleasant dates. He was a super nice guy. Like, he
Yeah,
was a good conversationalist, actually. Like, we had a good time. Like, it wasn't really,
that's
like,
good.
clicking as a romantic match, but, like, I
Yeah.
enjoyed all 3 dates. So I'm not, like, casting any shade on
Yeah,
this
that's
guy.
good. Yeah, that is good, but it's interesting, and maybe I need to be less strict, but I think as well, like if I'm just being completely transparent, I was like a little disappointed, like a wee bit sad even, because I was like, oh, like I kind of,
Yeah, you're like, for
why was Chicken
once. Yeah,
Pecker?
that's
Yeah.
right. You're not Chicken Pecker. You didn't try to awkwardly kiss me while making weird nose and mouth noises.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Over and over and
ew,
over.
ew,
But
ew, ew,
you know,
ew.
you're just like, why couldn't you have just sent a wee message? So I sent one and was like, oh, that was like super fun. Thank
Oh, so
you.
you did break your rule. So it wasn't like a hard
I
covert
did.
contract. So that's nice. Okay. All
Yes.
right. So you
Yeah,
you texted him.
I did. And I was just like, that was really nice. And he was typically a fast responder, and it took him many hours. Like I'm
Oh,
talking like 5 or 6.
okay. Yeah,
And
that's not a great
yeah,
sign. Like it might. I mean, it
no.
could be that you're tied up. Sometimes we're all tied up for 5 to 6 hours without our phone, but it's a little sketch. It's a little. It makes you wonder.
Yeah. I mean, when I know you're diving onto the ocean, I get it.
Yeah, that's right. I don't
You
even take
know?
my phone on the boat. So, yes, I will be out of
Yeah.
contact for 5 hours or more.
Yeah. But as far as I knew, he was
Not on
not
a
deep sea
boat? Okay,
diving
yeah.
in Australia. So, yes, I know. I was I was hoping for a regular response time, but noting that I had won 2 hour date, and so really, what can we expect? You know, it was 2 hours of our lives.
Well, I mean,
So,
I would say he
yeah.
didn't owe you a like faster response than that necessarily. But he did respond
Yeah,
finally.
he did, and it was very frigid. It was
Oh,
he said, "Yeah, it was great. Maybe we should go out again perhaps sometime." Like it, it was like
okay.
full of non-committal words.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So then at that point, if I were you, which I'm not, but I would have sort of read that as he may or may not be that interested. I would now wait for him to see if he's going to come up with some kind of plan or not. Because that's not a very enthusiastic response. Yeah.
Exactly. And I actually just left it to the next day. And because I just was like, oh, okay, like clearly he's not really that interested. So fair enough. I would appreciate it if he was more direct, but like, I'm going to read the room. I'm not going to be like chicken pecker and keep pushing it, you know?
Yeah.
So the next day I was like, you know what? I'm just going to have fun with this. And I text back, I said something like, oh, wow, like I'll try and not get too overcome with the bounteous enthusiasm of your response there. Ha
Woo!
ha. But like I put like a laughy face, I was trying to make it light, and it probably wasn't that spicy, but that was the message, And he wrote back and he said, yeah, I'm sorry. Admittedly, that was a bit, he didn't say tepid. He said
Tepid.
tepid.
Okay. Yep. Tepid.
Yeah. Yeah. And I said, tepid, that's generous. Like I would call that just full on frigid, haha. Again, just trying to have some banter.
Okay.
And, he was like, fair. And so we went back and forth a little. And I said, so was it a match or a pass? Because, I wasn't going to say a smash or a pass. I thought that was a little, a
A
little
little
presumptuous.
forward.
Yes. So the problem here is, so I changed the words and I was like, was it a match or a pass? And he said, well, what was it for you? And I was like, oh,
Oh
for
no,
God's sake,
buddy.
like,
Let's not play that game. I was direct and asked
yes,
you, like, just like the fact that you're
yes.
even texting says like there's a possibility.
Yeah, it was like, well, that's what I thought. And so it was like pulling teeth. And I my interest was waning at this point. I was like, you know what,
Yeah.
this is just like pulling teeth.
Fair.
And, but then I made a tremendous mistake.
Oh no. What did you do?
Ah.
Claire.
It's so funny but terrible. So I wrote quite a lengthy, well, it wasn't huge. It was a couple of sentences. And I just said, well, on Sunday, well, I'll tell you what I meant to say. So I wrote, and in my head, I said, well, on Sunday, it was definitely a match for me. But as we've gone on, I don't really love like the 2 word responses with like 6 R's in between. But like I kept it light and was like, I just sort of don't love a low effort, just yeah. But it was just a couple of sentences, and I sent it off, and he wrote back very quickly, and he said, oh, okay, all the best. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that was okay.
Abrupt.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Melissa, the horror
Oh
hit
no.
me. I read over the message and I said, on Sunday, it was a pass for me.
Oh no, you put the wrong word.
I put the wrong word because I was trying so hard to not say smash that it was a smash for me.
Oh my God. Well, no wonder he was like, all right, peace out. Bye.
Right. He's probably like, I'm so confused because I'd said something like on Sunday in my head, it was a match for me. I thought you were cute. Like I thought.
Oh my
So he
God.
was probably like, this woman is a lunatic because what it said was, it was definitely a pass for me on Sunday. I thought you were cute. It was fun to hang out. Like, he was probably like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So it kind of sounded
And
like it was a pass, but now like it's really a pass because I don't like the way you text.
Like, I sounded like an asshole.
Oh my God, Claire.
So,
that's so funny. I'm sorry.
Like, I almost dropped to my knees and was like, no. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So, overthinker over here. So, yeah, I wrote back and I said, oh, I am so sorry. I appear to have made a really terrible mistake.
Oh my God.
I was like, what I meant to say is it was most definitely see, I almost said it again. A match for
God.
me.
That would, if you had said it again, that would have been unbelievable. What I meant to say was it was really a pass. Huge pass.
Like,
the biggest
I cannot
pass.
emphasize how much of a pass. Yeah. So I just was like, oh my God, at this stage, I sound like a lunatic. Like, you know, because I was over explaining. And so I like delete. And I was like, you know, back to start. And I was like, I really did say the wrong word. I'm so sorry. And, you know, I said, I don't want to over explain because I am aware that I sound like a lunatic. But I just want you to know that it really, really was a match for me on Sunday. And he wrote back and he said, oh, wow, that's funny. I've done that too, haha. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he said, I wish I'd known that because you would have got a less tepid, or no, he said, I wish I had have known that. And I said, why? And he said, I would have been much less tepid with you.
Oh.
And so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, wow. I said, redo, ? Like, and then he wrote back and he said, he's like, you know, that would be great, but this is making me feel fraught, is the word he used.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Claire. I'm sorry. That's like,
it's so funny.
that's like
but
such
I'm
a
like,
comedy of errors. And like, I get where he's coming from because like, if I had a guy that was just like saying all this stuff on text, like I might be a little bit like, I don't know, man, I just met you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I kind of get it.
100%.
But that's so sad for you too, because you're like, I actually didn't hate someone. And then I totally fucked up my texting.
You know, it's like,
and there's like no way to fix it because like he doesn't know you. Like he doesn't know you, right? Like if he'd sent something like that to me, like we would have had like such a big laugh over it. Like it would be fucking hilarious. But like, because we know each other, right? So.
And you would have just been like, oh, Claire, there's your wee brain again.
I do that stuff all the time.
You would have got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you say, he didn't know me. And I was like in real time thinking, or in the full bodily awareness that I sounded slightly like a lunatic. but I also didn't want to leave it. You know?
I do. Yeah, like it's such a no-win situation because you're like, if I explain more, I sound crazy. But if I don't, I sound like an asshole. So like,
you're like,
well, fuck.
Oh, the really funny thing is this, I was texting him as I was beginning the Odyssey, the film.
Oh my God.
And hilarious. It's like, what a metaphor. And and my phone was also very, like, I was at like 3%. So I was like, oh my God, because he was like texting right back. And I was like, oh, fraught, okay. And I think a little feeling of rejection kicked in a bit. And I was like, you know, this could have just been a funny story, but okay, like, I get it. I sound like a lunatic, but, you know, happy dating. Bye.
Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you were having that whole text conversation at the same time we were texting as you were in your Odyssey. Okay. All right.
Yes. I was multi-threading. And I just want to be clear, I was not disturbing the other theater goers.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the whole back row by myself.
Well, I'm like totally. And also like when it's previews, who the fuck cares? Have that phone out. Like talk away. Like nobody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
I mean,
minds.
it may have been the main film, but,
I Back
I had
row.
it on low light,
Back row.
back row by myself.
That's fine.
It was fine.
All good.
So yeah, I am not what they would call a smooth operator.
Well, we all have our moments.
Yes, apparently some more than others. That would be me. So I just was like, you know what? I just can't stand this anymore. So I did delete the app the next day. I'm like, I can't do this. I gave it everything I had for that 1 week, and I'm just like, I am a very clumsy human, and I'm just gonna, ease into singlehood. So yeah.
All right. Well, give it a minute. See how you feel. I mean, I
Yeah.
would want to probably take a break after Chicken Pecker too. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that was a lot for two dates, and so here I am again. Just like maybe this is a sign that that singlehood is the life for me.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
Well, the search
yeah.
continues.
The search continues. I mean, I just can't believe how long it took me to tell these stories.
Well,
which may be another reason why I'm single.
I mean, no, because I was interrupting you constantly. So there was that to divert you into like 12 side conversations. So that was not
I love it.
helpful. But I feel like we have come like through at least this episode of our very own dating odyssey together.
Yes.
But I think we're at about an hour. So probably we should leave it. Yes?
And take a nap.
Okay.
Yes.
But before we take a nap, let's remind everyone of another great event that is coming up
Yes.
very soon. So, Claire, tell our listeners what's coming up.
We have an event that is just going into a big, beautiful thing. So we, the Salty Host, Melissa Rella and myself, wanted to host a little premiere watch party of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, who are hitting our screens again on Wednesday, September 16th. I have this date etched into my mind. And we are partnering with a local brewery called Roja Brewing. Amazing little place, lovely patio. And we are going to host a watch party. And then we also had the pleasure of Tanner Humanities and Amplify Utah asking if they could also join us, because they're also as obsessed as we are with The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So we're going to hold a watch party the night after the release, because we were a little worried about streaming and all of that. And we're going to hold it on Thursday, the 17th?
Yep, that's
Am
right.
I saying the right date?
That's correct.
Yep,
Thursday,
Thursday.
September 17th. Woohoo!
At Roja, 6:30 p.m. It's a free event, but it is ticketed. So if you go to our Instagram, the link is in bio. And tell everybody, Mel, what they can expect from that evening.
Oh, it's going to be a ton of fun. So we are going to kick things off about 6:30. That's not when we're going to start the screening. We'll have a little bit of fun first, okay? So you'll get your very own Salty Hose, Mel and Claire, as well as our good friends from Tanner Humanities Center and Amplify Utah. We'll be there to kind of, warm you up a little foreplay, not the inappropriate kind of foreplay, but, we'll revisit some
Consensual,
fun stuff. Okay, we'll revisit some of our favorite moments from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I don't know, maybe we'll play some games. Maybe you should think of what your tagline would be if you were a real housewife. Okay, so get ready.
Yes.
If you want to come in costume, that's encouraged, but certainly not required. Claire and I will be working on our costumes. But yeah, just come at 6:30, get some drinks. We're going to have themed cocktails, maybe a themed beer. We may even have some merch. I don't know. We're going to try to work on that. So definitely get there at 6:30. We'll have some fun and then watch the premiere together. So once again, Thursday, September 17th, 6:30 p.m. Free event, but please do get a ticket so we know how many people to expect, and come ready to buy some awesome drinks from our good friends at Roja Brewing.
I am so excited, like so very excited. And we're about halfway there on ticket sales. So make sure if you want to go that you jump on and get them soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Get those tickets and mark your calendars. By the time you listen to this, it will be, about 2.5 weeks away. So Plenty of time to get a sitter if you need a sitter, rearrange your plans, whatever you need to do so that you can join us on September 17th.
We're so excited. It's just going to be such a fun night. So, yeah, we hope this is the start of many Salty Hose events. And, you know, we love that we're partnering with this amazing little brewery. And also, you know, we're keeping it highbrow. We got the amazing Utah nonprofit, our Amplify Utah, and also, you know, Tanner Humanities at the U. We are prestigious. We are making reality TV prestigious.
Absolutely. I mean, Tanner's done some work on that for sure. And like all of these folks are just such good people. Like we love our friends at Amplify.
Yeah.
We love our Tanner Humanities friends. And the people that own Roja, like could not be more gracious and wonderful. So come support, come say hi.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, come have a great time with us.
Yep, we are excited. So link in bio, that gives you another excuse to go follow us on Instagram. And we'll also put it in the show notes here as well.
Yeah.
So you've no excuse but to get your tickets and come on out and spend a night with the Salty Hose.
Exactly. So if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating if you could. A review is always great, but most importantly, follow us on Instagram for this and many other great events and content.
Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you, Melissa. Thank you for helping me process the terrible week of dating.
Oh, you know, I'm here for you always. Anytime you need someone to constantly interrupt you and make, you know, salty commentary on your dating life, I'm here for you.
I love it. And you know, I do yearn for the day when you and I will be like, oh my God, like I had a great date and yeah, but alas, not yet.
Well, at least it keeps making good content.
It does. Maybe this is our life path now to keep you all entertained. We're happy to do it. We'll share our travels, we'll share our terrible dating stories, and keep all our married, settled, secure, happy friends entertained.
Absolutely. Well, it's better than nothing. Okay, friends, we're going to sign off. So as always, stay salty, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.